Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.
Hi and welcome back to MMAnytt and StudioMMA, and we're here with UFC ring card girl Arianny Celeste. First time in Sweden?
Yes, first time.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it's been good so far.
So obviously you're in the cage when the fights are happening, but what do you do outside of being a ring card girl or even with the UFC?
With the UFC, I mean, I represent the UFC as their sex symbol. I travel the world. I do all these photo shoots for different magazines, mostly men's magazines, so I get to be sexy all the time. But I live in LA and I do hosting and acting. I also sing for fun. I have a song coming out with the Manufactured Superstars.
Really?
Yeah. They did a song with Paris Hilton. I haven't heard it, but yeah. So
do you sing better than Paris Hilton?
I would like to think so.
So we took some questions from some of our fans here in Sweden as well, and one of the questions was, what would you have done if you didn't become a ring card girl?
I would be probably still studying in college. I wanted to be a physical therapist.
Oh.
So I wanted to work with athletes. So sports injury management was like my goal.
And how did you get started with the UFC?
Well, I was doing modeling on the side and just to pay my way through college, and I got the casting and I went, and it changed my life.
Somewhat, right?
Yeah.
Now, another thing was, the people wanted to know if you had a chance to see Stockholm at all, and what your opinion of Swedish men is.
My opinion of Swedish men is that they're actually quite cute. I think probably the cutest overseas boys I've seen so far.
Now, what's your background?
I'm Mexican, Apache Indian, Spanish, and Filipino.
Do you speak Spanish as well?
I speak Spanish, yeah.
Do you speak Tagalog too?
No.
No?
No, I don't really know that side of my family very well.
So the Latino side?
Yeah.
That's the bond.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite fighter yourself in the UFC?
A fighter?
Favorite fighter?
That would have to be, like, of all time, BJ Penn. He's one of my favorites just because he has, like, the true heart of a fighter. He really went in and just went crazy, like licking his blood and everything. I think he was amazing. You
guys have a pretty busy schedule. Even the fighters that are here that are not fighting right now, you're out on signings. And what is it? It's obviously signing autographs, taking pictures, but what else do you do? You're the face of the ring card girls, but what do people talk to you about?
They talk to me a lot about modeling. I do have that Asian side of me, so I'm with a Korean agency, so I've been all around like the Philippines, Japan, Korea, and I've done some modeling for them, so I just do everything, I guess.
Anything you're doing right now that you're working on, or anything that the fans can find with their Arianny Celeste in it?
Well, I have my calendar that's available on my website, and of course the song that I just talked to you about with the Manufactured Superstars. That's coming out in about 8 weeks, and it's just a fun dance song. Like, you listen to it in the club and just, have fun. And we're gonna do a music video, and that's about it.
And what's your website?
AriannyCeleste.com.
Not that hard. You should be able to find that. Now, you have the numbers. You're doing that inside of the cage. When you're seeing cage side, do you actually watch the fights? Are you a fight fan yourself?
Yes, I'm a big fight fan.
All you girls are?
Yeah, I would think so. I think the girls are into it for sure.
It's interesting because the UFC, obviously all of you are sex symbols in a way, but you also, all of you have brains, you talk well, you go on missions, all of you been to Iraq, I believe, and Afghanistan, correct?
I haven't yet, but I hope so one day.
So they really have you working, so it's not just looks, it's brains as well.
Yeah, I've done a lot with this job, more than I ever expected. I didn't know that this was going to be a career changer, so it's awesome, and I've got to see the world, and hopefully I can give back. I'm doing my own power bands, and it's for a charity in Nevada that goes to children with cancer. So that's my other project I forgot to mention.
So non-profit,
yeah,
singing, acting, modeling, ring car girl. How do you
Hosting.
find hosting? How do you find time for everything?
I just figure I can sleep when I'm dead.
And when you're done with the career with the UFC inside of the octagon, do you have plans for what do you want to do?
Well, you know, I would eventually like to have a family and kids and be able to stay at my house for more than a week. So, who knows? I don't know. I just want to keep working and see what happens.
Now, traveling the world, like you said, what's been the top place that you've visited?
One of my favorite places has to be by far Sydney because I love the beach, I love the hot weather, and I love surfing. So it was one of my favorite times.
So you surf as well?
Yeah.
Is there anything you don't do?
I don't know. Have to think about it.
One of the questions from the fans, they wanted to know how old you are now.
I'm 26.
26?
Mhm.
And you've been with the UFC for almost...
Like 5
8
years.
5 years.
Hmm.
And what's your favorite moment? You've been there for 5 years, from with being octagon side to traveling with the UFC. What's your top memory from the UFC?
I guess just really like starting to travel and see the world. I remember going to Manchester and just all the people that we travel with become like family. So I'm going to places with like people like Joe Rogan, so they're all crazy. So, you know, I've just had a lot of fun and been really blessed to be a part of this company.
And, you know, a lot of times when there's signings, you're at the signing with other fighters. Are you close with the fighters as well?
I'm friends with a lot of them, yeah, but yeah, so.
Not that...
I try to keep it professional.
Great. And from the Swedish fans, want to know if you have a boyfriend currently.
No, I'm taking applications though.
You are the Swedish guys. You have about, what, 48...
And I think Swedish boys are cute, so.
You're here until when, Sunday? You guys have got
Yeah.
about 48 hours to find Arianny and put in your applications. Have you been out in the city? Have you had a chance to visit Stockholm?
Not yet, but tonight I will, because I get to sleep in tomorrow.
So you're going to go out clubbing or you're going to go touring?
Maybe touring and pubs, something like that.
Right. Stay up. You can find her on her Twitter and see where she's at. Maybe you can find her out
Yeah,
there.
stalk me on Twitter.
What's your Twitter account?
It's just twitter.com/Arianny Celeste.
Great. So starting a family, but career-wise, what do you want to do? Once you're done, at least inside of the octagon, do you have any plans for that?
My ultimate dream would be to see myself in a movie.
In a
That's
movie?
my ultimate goal, yeah.
How long you been acting for?
I've been doing it for about 3 years. I went to school and everything. I did a couple of indie movies, so nothing huge yet, but I mean, it's kind of hard when I'm always traveling too, so.
Are you a good actress?
I think so.
But so again, making a movie must be hard. You said you've done a couple of indie movies, but finding the time. Do you have a break? Is it time when the UFC says, "Okay, Arianny, you're on vacation now"?
No, never.
You're traveling year round.
Yeah, year round.
Are you-
Almost every week, so. It's
Do you
crazy.
do all of the UFCs? It's about what, 30 shows this year?
Yeah, and
And-
plus all of my other stuff that I do on the side, my own modeling gigs and whatnot. So I really don't have time to do anything.
And the other Octagon girls, are you all friends? Do you actually hang out on you said
No,
you
we hate each other actually.
really all of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have pillow fights. No, I'm just kidding. No, we all get along for the most part.
For the most part.
I
But
mean,
are you
we
friends?
have our days, yeah, but we get along.
You do?
Yeah, it's probably the best that it's ever been in 5 years.
Right
sure.
now?
Yeah,
With the girls,
girls,
or
yeah.
your relationship with the
With the
ones that
girls.
are there right now?
I have had a couple like really close friends that work with me, like Ali Sonoma. She was back in the day, the blonde. I
Right.
love her. I still talk to her, but as far as like, we pretty much all get along, I think.
So what's one thing that Swedish, not just men, but Swedish fans should know about you?
I'm a huge dork.
You're a dork?
Yeah.
What's a dorky thing that you do?
I can't really reveal that. You'd have to like really get to know me because it's bad.
It's bad.
Like I snort when I laugh too hard, kind of stuff. Yeah. And I sweat when I get nervous, like now.
You nervous? You nervous? You've been in
No,
hundreds
it's
of
just,
interviews.
it's hot.
It's hot. It's, yeah. Well, it's compared to outside. It's nice to be in the heat for once, right?
Yeah.
Have you been outside? Felt the
I have.
cold?
It's cold.
You're lucky. It was snowing here last week, but it's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, I heard.
So when you do have a free moment, when you're not doing all of the things that you're doing, what does Arianny do when she's not modeling and having to look pretty and cute and sexy? What else do you do?
I just stick around home and watch movies and just chill out.
What's your favorite movie?
I have a couple, but I just watched 21 Jump Street and I just watched Hunger Games. Both really good movies.
You heard it here from Arianny Celeste. You can stalk her on Twitter. You can find her in Stockholm tonight. And obviously tomorrow night, April 14th, in Globen, which is actually directly behind us right now. She will be inside of the Octagon. Thank you very much for coming out. And that's it. It's a wrap. And thank you all for watching the studio shows. And we'll see you at the fights tomorrow night. Thank you.
Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.